In life, there are countless firsts. The first man to walk on the moon, the first woman to win a Nobel Prize, and of course, one of these guys. Considering how like 500 million people have played Minecraft, we'd inevitably start asking the question, who among us was the very first? If you try to find out, you'll notice there's not really an easy answer, and it quickly becomes a hazy, convoluted mess. So, how about we clear things up and find out once and for all? Alright, so who was the first Minecraft player? Well, a good chunk of y'all have probably already commented the obvious answer. Notch. If we're being entirely technical, the guy who made the game kind of has to be the first to play it. Video over, you can leave now. Huge thanks to my patrons, and remember to like and... Wait, don't leave yet. I promise, there is a very good reason this video drags on over the 8-minute mark. Mid-roll ads aside, I do feel like when this question is asked, what we really want to know is who was the first person other than Notch. Going to YouTube, the most viewed video on the subject is a short by Daduzak, where he mentions 3 different players. Nikika, a forum user with no proof of being the first, Scamper, who isn't elaborated on at all, and finally Jan Neiman, the YouTuber who uploaded the first ever Minecraft video on the same exact day the game was publicly released. Daduzak theorized that he could have been the first to discover the game. However, I'm not going to spend too much time on this theory, as it's not actually the first Minecraft video. And if we dig a little deeper, we'll find that dozens of people were already playing the game before May 17th. Around this time, Notch was often found in chat rooms dedicated to indie game development. This is where many early players, including C418, would find out about the game. But it would also be here that users Doc, Fartron, and Junior Squee were chosen to test the game. They all had different operating systems, and were asked to search for performance issues and bugs before a public release. Who between these 3 was the first to play though? Well, Junior Squee, the token Linux user, didn't have Java installed, so he'd be gone for around 15 minutes while the other 2 were busy actually playing the game. Doc was the fastest to volunteer and began bringing up issues soon after. This could make him a potential candidate for the first player, but since Fartron also commented on the game less than a minute later, it's not entirely clear who played before the other. Still, based on what we know, and considering that Doc ended up as a significant figure in Minecraft's history, I unfortunately lean towards picking the Mac user to be most likely. While narrowing down these earliest users, I found a short by Ra where he claimed Riven was the first to play days before everyone else. Riven was a user on another chat room that had given Notch critical advice when prototype versions of the game weren't working right. But if you actually go check the archived logs, he was given a link to play the game 2 hours after the private testing mentioned earlier. Meanwhile, the Mr. Epic on this topic highlighted a variety of users who discovered Minecraft via the initial public forum post. While it's a pretty neat video that explores the thoughts and perspectives of these players, it doesn't answer the question we're looking for. MCBYT, another YouTuber, argued in his video that none of these people could be considered the first player, but instead it had to be the fastest one to register with the Minecraft account system. After figuring out how to find the oldest user ID, he came to the conclusion that Eat White Fish was the first official Minecraft player. Who is Eat White Fish? Well, we know almost an uncomfortable amount. Probably more than Doc, or heck, even Notch and his ex-wife. Gotta love how our social media profiles can reveal so much about us if we happen to accidentally become an important figure to a small group of people with a hyperfixation surrounding the alpha versions of a block game. Regardless, according to an interview with MCBYT, he simply discovered the game through a video about Minecraft, and is now best known for being an Icelandic cyclist that participates in events held by Red Bull, that extreme sports company that also sells pretty mid energy drinks. Sadly, he was one of the many that have been locked out of the game for not migrating to a Microsoft account. I know this is a pretty lukewarm take, but it really is shameful how Mojang screwed over so many of our oldest players who had no idea there was even a mandatory account migration going on. So, I really hope that Mojang can offer a way for these people to get their accounts back before they're permanently deleted. Sorry for that tangent, I guess my inner video essayist took over for a moment. Anyways, I don't agree with MCBYT's conclusion. The first person to register is a pretty arbitrary line to draw. At that point, why not make it the first person to transfer to a Mojang account? or the first to play the official 1.0 update? Wait, is this entire question arbitrary? Okay, so let's take a step back. By this point, we've seen quite a few potential first Minecraft players. These range anywhere from very likely to making no sense at all, but I've narrowed down the list to just 3. Notch, Doc, and Eat White Fish. Depending on whatever arbitrary measurement you want to use to decide, it could be any of them. But based on the rules we've set for ourselves in this video, Doc would appear to be the very first, if it weren't for just one other person. They've been here the entire time. Have you noticed her? You'll notice there's not really an easy answer. Easy. Ellen Zitterstrand, Notch's girlfriend at the time. In March 2023, she posted this screenshot in a Twitter thread going over stuff she found on some old hard drives. It was created May 14th, 2009, 2 days before Doc and Fartron first played. However, this wasn't new information, and it may even look surprisingly familiar. That's because this was the first screenshot taken not only of Minecraft, but also Steve, and can be found on Notch's old blog. An archivist and Discord user going by Professor Apple sent out a message and asked if she had the file for the world in the screenshot. And, well, she did. We just, have this insanely important part of Minecraft history now, and it's not even hard to play. All you have to do is put it in your .minecraft folder, and then load this version. Now you're in one of the oldest worlds ever generated. Strangely, there wasn't much buzz around this discovery. MCBYT did make a video going over it, but it got less than half the views as his later video about Eat White Fish. While there was this one by Bionicle with almost 1 million views, the first half is just a reaction video. I sure do love slapping my face on other people's videos, pretending to react to it, and then making way more money than the OP for doing nothing. Alright, so where were we? Well, pretty much in the same hazy, confused mess as we were before. None of these videos covering this topic can agree on any one person, and instead it seems to be a topic that's either clickbait or used as a segue to talk about something the creator is more interested in. But I think I can finally make a definitive statement. Easy is the first Minecraft player, aside from Notch, I guess. Weirdly, I've seen a few people try to disqualify her due to being personally related to the developer, but you know what? I don't care. She built a house, a mine shaft, a custom cave, and a bunch of branching underground paths that all lead to neat little secrets. These are the type of things players do, and she did this all at a time when the world was entirely flat, minuscule in size, and had just a single block to work with. When you consider that she's also the only reason we have access to these insanely primitive versions of the game, Ellen has more than earned her title as the first Minecraft player. If you find this period of Minecraft as fascinating as I do, that video over on the right goes into far more detail, so please consider checking it out. I'm also curious to know your thoughts on this video. Did I muddle this question even further, or finally shine some light on an obscure piece of Minecraft history? Huge thanks to my patrons who make these videos possible. Okay, I'm nearly out of time, so bye.